You've seen it. You've felt it. You're at work, coffee in hand, and someone leans in with the conspiratorial tone everyone secretly craves. Between us, can I trust you? Or a new partner glows with admiration and says, I feel like I can tell you anything. Promise you won't repeat this. Or a manager places a file on your desk and whispers, let's keep this off the books. Be loyal to me, and I'll take care of you. Your chest warms at the flattery. You nod. You accept the secret, the pledge, the shortcut. It feels like intimacy. It feels like a promotion. It feels like being chosen. It's a trap. Conventional wisdom romanticizes this move. You're taught that secrecy equals closeness, that loyalty proved fast equals loyalty earned, that choosing a person over principle is a sign of heart. We think trust is built by rushing the gate, share more, commit faster, prove you're different. You've probably been conditioned to believe that refusing a secret makes you cold, and refusing a pledge makes you disloyal. So you comply, you hide what you shouldn't, you agree to the just this once, you accept the white lie as a kindness, and then you wake up inside a web you can't describe, but you definitely feel. Your gut knows you traded leverage for belonging. Machiavelli would grab your wrist right there. He'd tell you the most dangerous people are not the ones who shout threats. The most dangerous are the ones who stage a loyalty exam that requires you to violate your own standards. That is the behavior. That is the law. Machiavelli's law here is simple, brutal, and unfashionable. Never trust the person who asks you to prove loyalty by betraying your principles, your allies, or your own clarity, especially early. Anyone who rushes intimacy, packages secrecy as affection, or demands a private exception to the rules is not inviting you inside. They're fitting you for a collar. The first small betrayal is the down payment for the larger betrayal they will later rationalize. Why is the conventional approach not just wrong but dangerous? Because rushed loyalty flips the power dynamic. The moment you participate in a secret that compromises you, you've donated leverage. You think you have their trust. In reality, they have your silence. You think you've earned closeness. In reality, you've declared yourself controllable. This is how manipulators recruit. They don't lecture you. They enroll you through urgency, flattery, and a tiny sin dressed as a shared bond. It's blood in the handshake, poison in a golden cup. Let's name the behavior clearly so you can spot it in the wild. The three-part pattern is almost boringly consistent. Rush. We just click. I've never felt this level of trust so fast. Or, we need to move now. You're either with me or not. Secrecy. Don't tell anyone, not even your closest. This is just between us. Or, this can't be in writing. Sacrifice. Prove you're on my side. Skip a step, cut a corner. Choose me over them. Delete that message. Fudge that number. Isolate. When you see rush plus secrecy plus sacrifice, stop. That's not closeness. That's capture. Here's the counterintuitive thesis. Trust is not a feeling. Trust is a structure. It's built slow, in daylight, under repeatable rules. Anyone who tries to bypass structure with intensity is not giving you a shortcut. They're stealing your brakes. Machiavelli would call them the friend who flatters before using, the ally who offers gifts before asking for obedience. He tells princes to judge men by incentives, not sentiments. So judge this. Who benefits if you become isolated, implicated, or indebted? Not you. Your foundational tactic from this moment is equally simple. The daylight doctrine. If it can't survive daylight, it doesn't earn your trust. That means you slow the tempo. No rushed pledges. If it's right today, it'll be right next week. You move the conversation to clarity. Put it in writing. Let's align on what we're agreeing to. You refuse sacrificial proof. I don't demonstrate loyalty by breaking my standards. If that's required, we're misaligned. Psychological impact. Immediate and profound. Predators feel their hooks miss. The person using secrecy as intimacy will reveal their true motive fast. They'll sulk, escalate, or leave. Honest actors won't. They'll respect your boundaries and match your tempo. You've just turned a foggy interaction into an X-ray. Make a policy. You do not keep secrets that compromise you. You do not accept protection that demands obedience. You do not enter loyalty pacts that isolate you from your counsel, your records, or your future self. It's not moralism. It's self-preservation. Obscurity is the oxygen of manipulation. Daylight starves it. Notice the seduction mechanism at work. You are flattered. You are told you're special. You are offered insider status. It lights up the brain's reward circuits: novelty, exclusivity, belonging. It's the nightclub velvet rope for your psyche, but the rope you cross is a leash. Most people won't see it until they're dragged. From now on, you watch for the test, the one harmless misreport, the just delete that, the don't tell your partner, the you're either with me or against me. Your response is calm, cold, and kind. No. No drama, no sermon, no counter-accusation, just a flat refusal to be captured. In that moment, you protect your future before you even know what it holds. You also signal something crucial. Your loyalty can be relied on because it can't be bought cheap or rushed. That is strength. That is reputational armor. Good allies look for it. Bad actors bounce off it. Your immediate practice for the next 24 hours. Identify one relationship where you feel rushed intimacy, secret contracts, or recurring just between us requests. Name it to yourself, clearly and without spin. Draft 2 one-liners and keep them visible. Let's do this in daylight. I don't do private exceptions. Use them once this week. Audit your last 3 secrets. If any would embarrass you in daylight, plan a clean exit, document, clarify, or bow out. Understand this. The instinct to be trusted quickly is noble, but naive. It's not your friend. Your friend is structure, tempo, records, standards. Machiavelli's princes learned too late that the men who rushed loyalty were collecting leverage, not giving love. You won't repeat their mistake. You will move slowly, speak in daylight, and treat every request for a principle-violating favor as a diagnostic. Trust belongs to those who protect your sovereignty, not those who harvest it. Let's cut deeper into the psychology. Why is rushed loyalty under secrecy such a precise predictor of future betrayal? Because it reveals an appetite, not a need. The person is not asking for collaboration. They are testing control. If you comply, they learn your price, flattery, and urgency. If you resist, they learn your boundary. Either way, you've taught them something true. Better that truth surface early than after you've invested identity, money, or reputation. 3 human biases make you vulnerable here. Confusion of intimacy with secrecy. We mistake mutual concealment for closeness. Real intimacy is transparency about self. Fake intimacy is opacity about conduct. The first bonds, the second binds. Reciprocity reflex. When someone trusts you with sensitive information, you feel compelled to reciprocate. But gifted secrets are gifts you can't return without injury. That asymmetry is the point. It puts you in debt. Urgency, trance. Urgency bypasses prefrontal judgment and lights up survival mode. Now or never collapses nuance into a false binary. Predators live here. They sell speed to avoid scrutiny. Machiavelli's lens is dispassionate, judge by incentives. Who benefits if you act fast, alone, and unrecorded? Who loses nothing if it blows up? Who gains if you burn bridges? The person pressing you does. The cost to them is minimal. The cost to you is existential. You always lose more when you choose isolation over structure. Let's look at simple, early-stage scenarios where you can practice this rule without drama. Scenario 1. The colleague's harmless favor. They whisper, "Can you just backdate this so it aligns with last quarter? Easier for reporting, nobody needs to know." You feel the ping. Be a team player. Translation: be complicit so I don't stand alone. Your move: slow and daylight. If it's the right adjustment, it will hold in writing. Send me the rationale and CC ops. We'll align on process. If they push, you anchor. I don't do undocumented edits. Notice the shift. They either disappear or escalate. Both reveal truth. You didn't moralize. You forced structure. Scenario 2. The friend's triangulation. A friend says, "Don't tell Alex, but he's been talking about you. Just so you know, I'm on your side. Keep this between us." It feels like loyalty. It's actually a test to see if you'll carry water. Yo, your move: refuse the triangle. If it's about me, loop me in. I don't run side channels. Or softer: let's bring this up with Alex together. If they resist, you've identified a gossip broker, not an ally. Scenario 3. The new partner's pressure. A month in, they say, "Share your passwords. If you have nothing to hide, it should be easy. I just need to feel safe." They dress intrusion as love. They merge their insecurity with your compliance. Your move: boundary plus offer. Privacy is a standard, not a secret. I don't share passwords. If safety matters, let's define behaviors that build it. You protect your sovereignty and invite real repair. If they threaten to leave, let them. That's a bargain sale on headaches you don't need. Operational tactics you can employ immediately. The principal mirror. Name the principal, not the person. I don't do secrecy that binds me. If the plan is sound, we'll do it in daylight. This avoids accusation battles and sets a universal rule. Put it in writing. Reflex. If a request changes your risk, move it to text or email. Summarize what you're asking and I'll respond there. Honest actors comply. Predators evaporate. The third chair. Add one neutral third party to any sensitive decision. Let's loop finance, legal, mentor. Third chairs disinfect. They raise the cost of manipulation. The 24-hour gate. No decisions under pressure. I don't commit under urgency. I'll answer tomorrow. You reclaim tempo, the core of power. Immediate observable shifts when you do this. The temperature drops. People who rely on heat lose advantage. They either recalibrate to your pace or expose their intent through agitation. Your reputation sharpens. Word spreads that you're principled and unhurried. Paradoxically, good operators seek you more because they trust your filters. Your stress declines. You stop carrying other people's secret as collateral against yourself. Your future self thanks you. Common misunderstandings to dismantle. If I refuse, I'll seem disloyal. No, you'll seem dependable. Loyalty that requires you to torch your standards isn't loyalty, it's fealty. Fealty is for vassals. You're not a vassal. But they're vulnerable. Shouldn't I protect them? Protect with truth, not silence. I'll support you, but not by hiding this. Let's address it properly. Compassion without compromise is adult love. This is how things get done here. Cultures normalize rot. Machiavelli counseled to reform with gradual steps and clear punishments. Begin with your own practices. You don't need a revolution to refuse a secret. One more diagnostic. Watch the aftermath. When you resist secrecy, do they accept and adjust, or do they guilt, threaten, and withdraw affection? The latter pattern is power-seeking, not connection-seeking. You just dodged an elegant parasite. From now through the week, treat every between us as a lever. If it lowers you, don't touch it. If it stabilizes structure, consider it. That's the skill. Translating sentiment into architecture. Trust is a bridge you can drive a truck across, not a rope you hope won't snap. Now to the colder moves, the elite operating procedures that not only protect you, but also flush out intent fast. Use them when stakes rise and fog thickens. The decoy disclosure. When someone hunts for a compromising secret or a rushed pledge, you offer a harmless, boring decoy that satisfies their appetite without arming them. Example: press to share something only we know. You give a trivial, non-damaging detail. I'm shifting my gym schedule next month. Then watch. Do they settle or escalate to demand real leverage? Predators escalate. You've identified appetite safely. Psychology. You divert the extraction impulse. Those seeking intimacy accept the decoy. Those seeking control push through, revealing Tit himself. The honey trap reversal. When a person dangles access or favors in exchange for off-book loyalty, flip the terms. Example: happy to collaborate. Let's draft a one-page scope, roles and review cadence. If it works, we double. If not, we exit clean. They wanted your silent obedience. You offered a contract and exit. If they balk, you've saved yourself from indenture. Psychology. Contracts convert charisma into accountability. Manipulators hate hard edges. They bruise themselves on them. The paper trail doctrine. Move volatile conversations from voice to text, from text to shared documents, from back channels to forums. Each step adds daylight. Example: great points on the call. Summarizing my understanding here for confirmation. This gentle move archives expectations. It also prevents revisionist history. Silent saboteurs rely on fog. Paper trails are wind. The delayed yes. When an ally pressures you to act now, offer a conditional yes tied to clear checks. Example: yes, if legal signs off and if we hit X metric by Friday. If not, we halt. You are not a wall, you're a gate. Gates swing for the right key. Keys are criteria. Criteria protect reputations. The split room test. Introduce your decision to a room containing both your ally and a neutral whose standards you respect. Watch your ally's body language. Honest allies welcome oversight. The others become prickly, minimizing the neutral, attacking their relevance, or pivoting to urgency. Psychology. Oversight strips away private leverage. Those who only thrive one-on-one tend to be farmers of dependency, not builders of durable alliances. Diverse applications. Business. The charismatic fixer. A charismatic operator promises to make a competitor disappear if you green-light a discretionary fund, no questions asked. They flatter. You're smart enough to understand how the GA me is played. Translation. Compromise yourself so I can claim you knew. Elite move. Neutralize with daylight and scope. We win by product and patience. If you're proposing a partnership, write it up for review. If your plan can't withstand that, we pass. Simultaneously, inform a quiet inner circle about the pitch. You inoculate your name and starve the rogue. Short term, you might lose a shortcut. Long term, you keep your company's soul. Romance. The love bombers pledge. Things move fast. They ask to merge finances, relocate, or cut off friends who are jealous. They suggest passwords and constant access to build trust. Elite move. Slow is smooth. Smooth is fast. We pace commitments to match evidence. Boundaries are not secrets. We keep our friends. We build trust with time, not surveillance. Insist on couples therapy or a timeline. Watch if they respect your autonomy. If they weaponize love into surveillance, exit gracefully. Your future peace depends on this moment. Public opinion. The righteous mob. A wave of outrage demands you denounce a colleague, fire an employee, or prove you're one of us by taking a public stance within 24 hours. It's wrapped in moral urgency. Elite move, distinguish signal from theater. We investigate under policy. Findings will be published in full. We do not punish by hashtag. Invite a respected external reviewer. Publish timelines. You'll be called heartless. You'll also build a culture that survives storms. Mobs feed on speed. Institutions worthy of trust operate on standards. Objections and answers. Isn't this paranoid? No, it's statistical. You aren't accusing everyone, you're screening for patterns with outsized downside. You lock your door not because everyone's a thief, but because one is enough. Won't I lose opportunities by insisting on daylight? You'll lose the ones that require your blindness. Those are not opportunities. They're liabilities packaged as gifts. What about art loyalty? True loyalty is to a shared mission and to each other's future selves. It doesn't demand that you self-harm to prove love. Common pitfalls. Moralizing in heat. Preaching invites battles of righteousness. Use structure instead. Our standard is X. Repeat like a metronome. Overexposure. Oversharing your detection tactics trains clever manipulators. Keep your playbook quiet. Apply it without fanfare. Binary traps. Avoid with me or against me. Offer third paths. I'm with the mission. Here's the process. Binary demands are leverage attempts. Third paths dissolve them. Calibration nuance. Context matters. Intimate partners share vulnerably. That's not secrecy. Vulnerability is about feelings. Secrecy here is about conduct. Keep the line bright. Risk tears. The higher the stakes, the slower you go. A coffee gossip, low. A regulatory shortcut, nuclear. Calibrate tempo accordingly. Redemption. Some people test you clumsily out of fear, not malice. If they adjust when you set daylight, keep them. If they retaliate, release them. Drills to hardwire this. The daylight phrase. Bank. Memorize 5 lines. Put it in writing. Loop the right people. I don't do off-book. If it's right today, it's right next week. Boundaries build trust. The leverage ledger. Weekly, note any favors that changed your risk profile. Reverse any that sit off-book. Document, clarify, or exit. The heat audit. After any rushed request, write the 3 tactics used. Flattery, urgency, secrecy. Seeing the pattern breaks the spell. The deeper truth. You are not trying to become suspicious of everyone. You are becoming intolerant of structures that turn you into a puppet. Machiavelli never asked you to be cruel. He asked you to be clear-eyed. Clarity is oxygen. Your job is to breathe, not beg. Anchor the law. Never trust the person who asks you to prove loyalty by betraying your standards, isolating from your allies, or moving off-book under urgency. That request is not a sign of intimacy, it's an X-ray of appetite. The paradox is sharp. The faster someone pushes for your trust, the less they deserve it. The slower someone respects your process, the more they earn it. In power games, patience is not passivity, it's dominance. Urgency belongs to sellers, standards belong to owners. Repeat the core distinction: secrecy versus privacy, speed versus tempo, loyalty versus fealty. Privacy protects dignity, secrecy hides conduct, speed is reaction, tempo is orchestration, loyalty safeguards the mission, fealty serves the ego. When you internalize these lines, you stop being harvestable. People can charm you, they can't herd you. Imagine your life 6 months from now with this law embedded. Your reputation shifts. People describe you as calm, scarce, principled. You aren't everywhere. You are where it matters. Your word carries weight because you don't spend it under pressure. Those who hunt chaos stop trying to recruit you. Those who build structures start inviting you earlier. Your rooms feel different. In meetings, you redirect heat into criteria. Let's define success, then decide. Arguments deflate when standards arrive. You become the person who ends storms without speaking much. Others feel relief in your presence, not because you appease, but because you anchor. Your relationships deepen. Friends and partners stop testing you with bad requests because you've trained them. They bring hard truths, not dirty secrets. You practice fierce tenderness, warm with feelings, cold with conduct. You can hold someone's fear without holding their scheme. Your future self stands taller. You don't carry ghosts of just this once. There are no files to hide, no messages to delete, no late-night dread. You sleep like a builder, not a fixer. This power isn't loud. It's quiet, architectural, cumulative. You are constructing a fortress, standards as stone, tempo as mortar, daylight as courtyard. People can enter. They can't bring rot. Over time, your aura changes. Others adjust to you the way ships adjust to a lighthouse, silently, reliably, without resenting the light. Expect tests. Capture thrives in culture. You'll be told you're difficult, rigid, or self-righteous. You're none of those. You're consistent. Consistency feels like rigidity to those who benefit from your flexibility. Hold steady. When challenged, avoid debates about character. Return to structure. If it's right, we can do it in daylight. Repeat until boredom wins. There's a deeper paradox worth engraving. Mercy without standards breeds harm. Standards without mercy breed resentment. The Machiavellian balance is firm rules and soft hearts. You refuse the off-book pledge, then you help design a legitimate path. You say no to the back door, then you open the front door wider by fixing the friction. Your goal is not to humiliate manipulators. Your goal is to make manipulation unprofitable. Practice the 3 closing disciplines. Daylight. First, before you say yes to anything that changes your risk, move it into the open. Let's put names, dates, and outcomes on this. If it withers, let it die. Tempo. Mastery. Never permit urgency to be imported into your nervous system. You decide when you decide. I'll answer tomorrow. People who can't endure that delay shouldn't govern your day. Ally. Calibration. Trust the ones who protect your agency in your absence. Test this by watching how they speak about others to you. If they sell secrets to buy closeness, assume they will sell yours. Here's the sentence to carry. If it costs me my clarity, it's too expensive. Clarity about who you are, who you answer to, how you decide. Clarity is your compass. The moment you trade it for belonging, you are lost at sea, surrounded by boats that only look like rescue. You'll notice something almost mystical when you embody this law. People start confessing less to you and confiding more. Those words are different. Confession wants you complicit in hiding. Confiding wants you present in healing. You become a person whose presence elevates conduct simply by existing. That's power beyond charisma. It's moral gravity without moralizing. There are levels beyond this. Engineering reputation so that predators pre-screen themselves out. Building councils that distribute power. Using measured fear, not cruelty, to protect your standards when lines are crossed. There is craft in apology and craft in punishment. There are seasons to go to war and seasons to go to ground. All of that is coming. But this is the hinge. If you never again say yes to a loyalty test that requires you to abandon your standards, you will avoid 80% of traps that drown the ambitious. Machiavelli didn't write for saints. He wrote for survivors. Survivors know the value of daylight. They know that every just between us that bends their spine today becomes a chain around their throat tomorrow. So they smile, thank you for the offer, and decline with elegance. Not because they're better, because they intend to last. Hold your line. Slow your yes. Move in daylight. Let people who need secrecy to feel powerful find each other. You'll be busy building something that doesn't need the dark.